Today I want to talk to you about the organizing principles of the autonomic nervous system. So welcome back, and you may hear me refer to the autonomic nervous system as ANS. Sometimes I just do that out of habit. So if you don't know what ANS is, I'm referring to the autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system monitors your internal and external environment as you move throughout your day. So as you're going through your day, you're just kind of cruising around, doing your thing. It is slowing down and recovering and mobilizing your nervous system based on the challenges that you face for that day. So if things kind of spiral out of control, like the coronavirus that we currently have, right? The world just seems to be spiraling, and we have all these unknowns and uncertainties. You might find yourself descending to a place of numbness and exhaustion. Deb Dana, in her book, The Polyvagal Theory in Therapy, talks about the 3 organizing principles that guide our daily activities. And so that's what I want to do here. I want to talk about those 3 guiding principles. The first one is that the organizing principle of our ANS, our autonomic nervous system, is hierarchy. And I like to explain this in a ladder visual. So the ANS responds to sensations in the body. It signals the environment through the pathways of response. And these pathways work, they work in a specific order, and they respond to challenges in predictable ways. So think of it as that ladder of physiology and resulting emotional states as well. So you kind of move up and down this ladder all day long. Any stirring, any uneasiness that you feel, any triggers that sense danger, it makes you move down the ladder. So at the top of the ladder, you're feeling social, you're engaged, you feel safe, you feel who you are. And this is where the ventral vagal activation is with the vagus nerve. So you feel a sense of ease, you can manage whatever's being thrown at you, you feel empowered and connected, you see the big picture, and you can connect with the world and people. Everything seems safe, there seems like there's a lot of possibilities, and ease to kind of move and flow in between. That middle part of the ladder, you're feeling mobilized, agitated, frantic. Here you're starting to get overwhelmed. You're having a hard time keeping up with your tasks. You feel anxious and irritated. The world seems dangerous, chaotic, and unfriendly. When you're at the bottom of that ladder, you're feeling numb, collapsed, shut down. You're buried under a huge workload. Maybe you're in that hole and you don't know how you got there or how to get out. You're feeling alone. The world seems empty, dead, dark. There's no one around to help you. If you're at the bottom of that ladder, it's going to take action and effort to climb back up the ladder to the top. We're experiencing a lot of that right now, right? I mean, I find myself in that, going up and down the ladder. And that's when I really turn towards my tools to help me climb back up the ladder. And it's harder some days than others, right? It's not always easy. The second organizing principle of the ANS is neuroception. So your autonomic nervous system scans the world around you. It's looking for cues of safety, of danger, of life, of threat, without involving the thinking parts of the brain. So neuroception precedes perception. I'm going to say that again. Neuroception precedes perception. and it assembles as many cues as possible. So it gets information from your visceral part of your body, heart, lungs, digestion, intestines, your environment around you. It's scanning for clues all around you that are important to neuroception. So long before you consciously make an awareness that something's out of balance, your autonomic nervous system has already detected and initiated that physiological response in the body to protect you from harm. So by the time that you're consciously aware of the danger, your body's already got stuff going on for you. So the mind works to figure out why you feel the way you feel. And the mind narrates what the nervous system already knows and has already kind of started in the body. So story follows state. And whatever you tell yourself about why you're feeling a certain way, whatever you're trying to explain your physiological response, after it's already happened. So sometimes your story is correct, sometimes it isn't. But in terms of our physiological well-being and perception, it's more important than the reality of the why. It guides your emotional states and our actions. So story follows state, and neuroception precedes perception. Right? 3, co-regulation. The first moments of life, you look up at your mom's face, right? Your end of life. We're enduring every need to be attuned to relationships with others. So we're hardwired for this co-regulation. It creates a physiological platform of safety that supports our psychological story of security. So, which leads to social engagement, right? So the social engagement is hooked up to the vagus nerve. And we talked about the ventral vagal action being at the top of the ladder, the sympathetic action of the nervous system being in that middle ladder, and then the dorsal vagal activation being at the bottom of the ladder. The autonomic nervous system of 2 individuals finds sanctuary in that co-created experience of connection. It's necessary for us as humans to have close reciprocal relationships with another human being. So when we rely on relationships for physiological and emotional regulation, we seek co-regulation from our friends, our family, our therapists, our yoga therapists, the waitress at the diner that we go to all the time, right? People, other humans. So think about you're having a rough day and you're grocery shopping and a stranger gives you a friendly smile. Think about how that makes you feel. Right? We're always looking and kind of scanning other human beings, their body language, to see if it's safe to engage with them. And so if a stranger gives us a sign of, don't engage with me, I don't want to engage, we don't get upset about it. But we expect emotional reciprocity from our close relationships. So our loved ones, our family, our friends, if we get that do not engage sign from them, we feel hurt. We feel that we've been betrayed, our expectations aren't being met, they're not engaged in our heartfelt listening, they're not responding to our needs. Basically, it inhibits our ability to effectively regulate our nervous system because we're hardwired for that physiology. So a working principle of the autonomic nervous system, let's just kind of wrap this up in a bow, is every response is an action in service to our survival. I'm going to say that again. A working principle of the autonomic nervous system is every response is an action in service of survival. So no matter how an action may look from the outside, From an autonomic nervous system perspective, on the inside, it's always an adaptive response, survival response. And the ANS simply acts to manage risk, to seek safety, and so it's not there to judge things as good or bad. So we need to think about that. Think about the top of the ladder, the middle ladder, the bottom ladder, so hierarchy. Also think about neuroception precedes perception, story follows state, and then 3, co-regulation. We're hardwired to connect with others. Thank you so much for supporting My Life's Passion. I hope this helps you understand the organizing principles of your autonomic nervous system a little bit more. As you know, it's my passion to educate you about how your body works, and in that I know that you can find inspiration, hope, and healing. Thank you so much.